Hello. We are late, and I would like to welcome the organizers who invited us. The Minister of Environment has left. We have seen the mayors and company managers and associations and authorities and organizations, which means that the event is already a success. We have been able to attract a huge number of people to discuss on issues which are really relevant. And the Ministry of Transport has allocated the whole time to the port, to the sea. And the minister who started the visits in the port is delighted to have participated at this conference. And here we have gathered to speak about the logistics challenges and opportunities using the sea route. Before starting any presentation, it is always important to present a certain text, and it is only natural that in the country's economic sectors, the added value created by the transport sector is 1/3. Actually, it creates over 12% of the GDP, and even during the pandemic, this percentage did not change. But please also take into consideration another part of the transport services export. I would like to express my delight that in the context of transport services, the transport logistics services account for over 60% of all exported services, which shows that Lithuania is already competitive, but if it wants to remain such longer, it needs to exert all possible effort. And in all our presentations, we have been speaking on transport, and we have been raising three major objectives. First of all, we need to speak about convenient connections and to target interoperability of the various modes of transport, road, railway, sea, and so on, and air. And we have also heard from the Vice Minister that environmentally friendly is no longer just a statement. This is a possibility for Lithuania to create value added and value added working jobs. And as Lithuania, we are committed both in 2030 and 2050 to achieve certain objectives for which we are united by all EU member states. And it is only natural that RRF fund and the Green Deal and digitalization has attracted lots of attention. The European Commission president who visited Lithuania last week also focused on that, and colleagues have worked hard in order to have a very clear future vision. And of course, when we speak about the transport sector, we cannot remain silent regarding the high value added. It has to be created both for the business, the individual, and the society. It is an excellent opportunity to create new jobs and to create new niches and a new competitive advantage. Therefore, we are allocating that for a huge priority. We are giving a huge priority on that. Here we have listed all priorities, but I am going to focus on only a few, the most relevant ones. The objective is to complete the Vilnius-Klaipėda highway, one of the projects started by the previous government, which we would like to complete by the end of this year, so that high speed is possible in the whole stretch. We also have the plans of opening the Nemunas way from Kaunas to Klaipėda. Then we have the Rail Baltica synergy with the Nemunas River, and one of the largest ambitions is to start laying the European gauge for the European project Vilnius-Klaipėda. And of course, we will need to do a lot of work, but we are starting to speak about that. And our vision starts with our commitment. We believe that this is a huge vision which may be implemented. Another important aspect is environmentally friendly environment. In the same way, we have ambitious objectives. By 2024, the freight is going to be transported by the river Nemunas, and we will increase that from 1.5 thousand tons to 100,000 tons. And in this way, we are going to exploit our inland waterways and relieve the road transport. By 2025, we are going to electrify a lot of stretches of railway, and electrification will reduce 60% of ATLs. Then we have on the next slide. This slide is extremely pleasant for me because I am directly responsible for this wonderful area that is digitalization and 5G technologies. And of course, we have been working very intensively to ensure that in 2025, which is realistic, to have the 5G technology working at full speed in Lithuania. And the 5G technology is nothing more than higher speed, higher penetration, and lesser delays. And at later stage, when we have the 5G technology, we will have new innovatives, the Internet of Things, which will be the starting phase of its development. We will have logistical chains and synchromodality, the beginning of synchromodality, and the objective is huge. By 95% of the country's territory will be covered by a 5G connection. The most important indicator here is the increase of transport services, because if we consider the environment sustainably and develop it sustainably, and aspire for high returns possibility and search for synergies between different transport modes, we will be able to achieve the higher level, the higher figures of transport services, which, as is forecast, will be increasing by 40%. And when we're speaking about synergy, this means that at the moment, it accounts for 60%, and you can see that synergy between those things brings a lot of potential. And the most important slide that I have here, and these issues are considerably new to me, and I am a little bit worried, but we are speaking about an effective transport system, a sustainable and integrated logistics. And today, we have a lot of information about cargoes and cargo movement, but data is not integrated, not shared, not repeated repeatedly. And for example, when a sea ship comes to the seaport, there are more than 10 reports about the freight and crew and passengers and so on. And this system is too slow for, and the existing transport system is too slow for the fast developing infrastructure. We need digital platforms. We have to have the freight warehousing systems, innovative engineering, and capacity sharing systems. I don't know whether you understood what I meant, but it's very simple. All of us can hear the word intermodality, and this means synergy between various transport modes and vehicles. My coded language meant that at the moment we have to speak about synchromodality, the concept of which gives more roles to inland waterways and railways. And this means that we need to have to ensure comprehensive movement from one transport mode to another, transfer. And we need to refer to the optimization principle, and those various modes of transport need to coexist so that in real time it is possible to change the transport mode effectively. And synchromodality means efficient use of various modes of transport. And I've seen a few colleagues here who are experts in this area, and they say that the world's people
bus dalykas, tai yra FTI reglamentas, kuris yra vienas iš būtent įgalinančių reglamentų sinchromodalinės logistikos įrankių, kurių
the enabling elements that the European Commission has obliged us to transpose to our legislation by 2024. It pertains to the information about cargo transported by any mode of transport and to exchange information in real time. This is one of the key measures to create synchromodal logistics.
anksčiau minėtus tikslus ir plačiaja prasme.
There were technological problems, sorry. So we have to target synchronization and synchromodality and FCI regulations transposition. And we will be able to integrate Klaipėda port and highways, and we will increase their quality level. And the existing international logistics chains could operate in the synchromodal mode, and they would be able to ensure the data about the freight at every supply chain level. And the minister spoke about that with the Ukrainian infrastructure minister. Recently, the Lithuanian railways have been participating in the implementation of intermodal international railway transport projects, and we are planning other joint projects as well. And my next slide, we have many challenges and obstacles. However, no doubt we have many opportunities as well. And to conclude, I would like to note that the most important issue that we have to complete today consists of 4 objectives. That is to develop the one-stop shop principle in transport and increase information security. For that, we have certain legislative initiatives which we are implementing to implement internal navigation and fishing, and to apply the legislation to dynamic needs. And the most important aspect we should concentrate on, and I see the rectors of 2 universities here, is to evaluate the need for new competences and to initiate the training of new specialists in due time. And of course, with the increasing degree of automation and specialization, we have the need for new qualifications. For instance, autonomous servicing of vessels, or so on, navigation specialists. And of course, we need to ensure the maintenance and monitoring of various authorities, and the seaport communities should and port communities should cooperate with universities and training establishments and to become competent centers. I wanted to finish the lunch part in a very fun way, but this presentation has been serious. Well, the Ministry of Transport is ready for a breakthrough in the area of digitalization and innovations. And for that purpose, we have established the Future Policy Transport Group. And we have had various opinions, but of course we are ambitious, and we have seen what the words future mobility say, and we realize that we want to speak about that in Lithuania. We need to collect the competence here, to concentrate it here. Thank you very much, and I believe that we will continue our discussion.